how to get money fast, how to, get success fast. You have to find a way to be different. You got to reach out. You got to be confident in yourself, and you got to leverage every connection you can.
What held you back?
And through that, it gave me connections and access to basically.
And what do you think most people would never admit out loud about that?
Well,
What do you do when success feels so out of reach, even though you want it more than anything? You swear you're meant for more, but don't even know where to start. You tell your friends and your family you've lost your spark. You blame unlucky girl syndrome, but the truth is, baby, it's not bad luck. You're stuck. And the wild part, you've gotten comfortable there. And if anyone knows how comfort can kill your groove, it's Brandon Pope, Emmy Award winning journalist backed by major networks like the CW, ABC, and The Jam. He's interviewed legends like Michael B. Jordan, Jonathan Majors, and the cast of Ironheart, only to get the call, hello, your time here at WCIU is over. But here's where the plot flips, because today we're breaking down how a shift in mindset can turn the worst of bad luck into a breakthrough. So how did Brandon go from rejection calls to hosting his own show, landing a home in one of Chicago's most expensive old money neighborhoods, and snagging a reoccurring spot on one of the city's top radio stations? 2 words: mindset, baby. And as a 2-time failed entrepreneur who went bankrupt at 21, I'm here to tell you, success isn't about wishing and dreaming, nah. It's about grabbing life by her weave every single day. And yes, boo, it's possible. I'm your Nosy Girl, and this is Success for Less, the show where I use my nosy nature to get Chicago's most successful humans to put you on game for free, because I begged them to. You're welcome. Brandon. Actually, people don't know this. We're actually good friends. This is a great guy, actually, right here. But he's about to dump some knowledge on y'all. Are you ready to dump some knowledge on the people?
I guess so. I've learned some things over time. I can share a little bit.
I'm excited. Okay, we're very grateful to have you here.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to have you here.
I'm thankful to be here. Thanks for the platform. Thanks for inviting me.
Purr.
Purr.
I mean, I try.
Big purr.
12 years in the game, starting out as a young brother from Ohio, originally.
The great state of Ohio. Go Buckeyes.
Great state is crazy.
Oh, wait.
Fresh out of school, interning at ABC in Indianapolis. Yeah. And let's be real. Today, attention is currency. If you want to be a public figure, which you are, how did you get the right people to notice this young black man from Ohio and take you seriously enough to land you your first big break?
What a great question. I think the key thing is getting out of your shyness, getting out of your feeling of my voice doesn't matter or who would want to talk to me, and just reaching out to people. So when I was in college, I had joined the National Association of Black Journalists. I joined like a mini chapter on campus, and I made our chapter an official chapter with the organization. And through that, it gave me connections and access to basically any black person in any newsroom, because most of them are going to be NABJ members. So I utilized that. So I would just go on the about pages where they show the talent, and anyone I saw that was black, be like, oh, let me send a little email and just say innocently, hey, I'm a student at Ball State University, chirp, chirp. I would love to.
Not chirp, chirp.
That's our little thing. That's our little thing. If you know, you know. And hey, I'd love to get to pick your brain, know about any opportunities, or just overall just network, let you look at my reel and stuff. And most people are very receptive to that. If I didn't get a reply back, that's fine. But like extending myself out made me a more attractive job candidate later in the future, because there are people that remembered, oh yeah, you were a freshman when I talked to you. Now look at you, you're a senior, you're flourishing. Or even now, I go to conferences and go to different events, and there's people I connect with who I connected with when I was a student. And they remember me and they think to themselves, wow, that stood out to me, because people don't do that. So you have to find a way to be different. That was my way of being different. You got to be confident in yourself. You got to reach out. And you got to leverage every connection you can. That doesn't just mean going after the big fish, the executives. It means talking to producers, managers, camera people, photogs, production assistants, people that you would view lower on the totem pole. But when you network across,
That's really important.
It's
actually.
really important. When you network
Yeah.
across, you never know where those people are going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. So maybe today they're a production assistant or a intern, but in 5 years they might be running the show. And if you were to
Don't count nobody out.
focused on title and too focused on prestige to just kind of brush that person off, you're going to miss out. So I just say network across. Issa Rae was big on saying that. I believe it wholeheartedly. And leverage those connections.
Period. You work your way up,
Mhm.
and then suddenly you're sitting across from Michael B. Jordan.
Mhm.
Damn. And the cast of blockbuster films, okay? For viewers who are still clocking in at their 9 to 5, I know you started in journalism, so it's like that was your 9 to 5, but they dream of going out on their own or solo because now you're on your own, you're out on your own solo. What are the smartest ways to leverage your networks while you're still working? In proximity to A-listers, because you were in proximity to a lot of the A-listers.
Yeah.
And how do you not gatekeep or overstep or, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how do you avoid that?
Good question. I'll try to keep it short. I think the biggest thing is like you have to extend yourself out beyond your 9 to 5 window. That can be exhausting, but that means going to networking hours. That means trying to get lunch with different people. That means sending out emails and reaching out to do Zoom coffees or whatever you can to try to maintain those relationships. In the industry I'm in, relationships are everything. So when someone has a movie or TV show they want to promote, they right away, the publicists think about who are the journalists they know that they think are good interviewers and are going to get the message across. So oftentimes, a lot of the stuff I get is because of word of mouth or because of good experiences and my performance in past situations and maintaining those relationships. And those relationships can extend beyond your 9 to 5. And that's what's happened now. So yes, my 9 to 5 may have ended, but the value I show is beyond just the brand I was attached to. I am the brand. And so at the end of the day, people are going to say, oh, well, we really loved Brandon Pope's interview style. We loved his creative questions. We loved the thoughtfulness and research he put into things. And that right there stands out to people. So they're going to reach out to me independently and say, hey, we want to work with you, not just this brand you were a part of, you. We see you for you and the value you bring. So working to create that is everything. You got to not be so attached to the brand you're working for that you make it your identity. You have to remember that's not going to last forever. And we know how this economy is. That job can end in a heartbeat.
100%.
So you need to make sure you're building your own
Trump's
thing.
economy. Let me not get canceled. Let me stop talking.
Got to build your own thing.
Yeah, I love that. You touched on you're no longer with working in your 9 to 5. Tell me about that call from WCIU. Like, they call you, they're like, thank you for 8 years, 8+ years, but we making cuts. Unfortunately, you gotta go. And we talked about this actually off camera. We've talked about the fact that you knew you wanted to leave earlier, but you stuck around. And you knew that you should have moved along before that. So my question is, why do so many of us wait for life, to push us out instead of making the move ourselves? And what held you back?
Yeah. Well, so I did get a phone call from like a heads up from my boss, my direct boss, that we were probably going to get laid off. And then we go into work that day, and it was a mandatory meeting, and all the execs.
Damn, the boss called you, said he was probably gonna get laid off too?
She did, yeah.
Wow.
And so we go into the meeting, and sure enough, it's very quick. HR comes in. Hey, thanks for your service. It's been great. We're going to do some company restructuring, and we'll let you know individually what that means for you. And I knew right away what it meant for me. And look, no sour grapes.
I'll be sour.
Things are...
My grapes are sour.
I got some great opportunities at WCIU, and they allowed me to have a lot of creative freedom. And accomplish a dream of working in Chicago TV, which was awesome, right?
Yeah.
That last year, I did know that things were shifting in a way. They had canceled my show, and they were trying to find a new one, and I felt that there needed to be a shift. Now, I didn't just sit on my hands. I was applying for stuff, but it was very like, I'm going to try some things here. I'll try some things here.
See.
Now, why do people stay comfortable or get comfortable? Well, because when you have a routine, and you're getting paid and you're living life, and life be lifing, the last thing you're thinking about sometimes is shifting it dramatically. You know,
Yeah.
I'm living in Gold Coast. I've got a good crew of friends.
That was a flex, by the way.
It's really not.
That was a
I call it the
flex.
Gold Coast projects.
Gold Coast
I'm
Projects is
not in the
crazy.
mansions. I'm not where JB Pritzker's at. But I am able to have holidays off.
Yeah.
I'm having, I'm not working weekends. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm liking this so
Yeah.
far. Yeah, I want to shift things, but like, how much do I want to shift? That's why people do it. It's comfortability. It's what feels.
Is it comfortability or complacency? Because I feel like a lot of people.
It could be a mix, but I do think that in some ways, and I think we have to be realistic too. As I'm telling everybody, if you got a job right now, you probably should keep that job.
Well, that's just because of the state of the United States of
Right.
America right now.
So
But
you can be uncomfortable in a job.
complacency. I feel like that's like the default of the human mind. It's like we our brains want us to be comfortable, so we stay comfortable. To go out on a limb and do something that's like everybody's like, why would you do that or question it? Your brain is averse to that. Think about it. Like
Yeah.
it goes back down to like basic survival skills, right? Like if I knew going outside in the middle of the lightning, I could potentially find food. I'm staying in a cave starving, but my brain's telling me, don't go out there. You're going to get struck by lightning. I won't go. It comes down to basic survival skills, but I think you have to override that in your mind.
That's true. Yeah, I totally agree. And I think we as humans do have a natural sense to avoid risk, right? I also think that we live in a society nowadays where everyone's trying to find a quick fix. How to get money fast, how to get success fast. When in reality, for most people, success does not come overnight. Doesn't even come in 2 or 3 years.
Some of y'all don't come at all.
Well, but if you are intentionally building, there's going to be setbacks, but progress is not linear. Success is not linear, right? It's going to have ebbs and flows. And so you have to be able to rock with those things, but you're not a passenger to those ebbs and flows. You got to be the person driving at the time, right? So if you're a passenger in the back of a car, you don't really have any control of the destination or how the car is being handled with those ebbs and flows.
You're
if
right.
you drive in the car, ebbs and flows are going to come, but you're steering it, right?
Period.
And you're going to get in the right direction eventually. So you just got to make sure you keep your hands on the wheel. So at the end of the day,
Keep your hands on the wheels of life. Did y'all hear that? Keep your hands on the wheels of life.
keep your hands on the wheels of life. But overall, don't be complacent, right? Understand that while you might see somebody on Instagram who is getting money and they flashing the bands and they wearing their designer stuff and you envy that, you're thinking, how did they get that? Just know that that's not always reality, and just know that it's not the reality for everybody either. And lasting success, long-term success takes time, takes sustainability, and it may not come overnight. Just be patient and ride with it.
Looking back now, what's your biggest regret about staying in your comfort zone longer than you know you should have? And what do you think most people would never admit out loud about that?
Well, I will say I don't believe in regrets. I think that when we live in a space of regret, we live in a space of clinging to past and clinging to, what could have been, what should have been. And when you do that and you stay too stuck on the past, it's hard to have a future direction. So I always say,
Okay, preacher.
I always say everything I've ever done, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, mistake or not, it built me to what I am today. And it built
Period.
me for the experiences in the future. So I have no regrets. Now, what would I admit I should have done? Look, there were some opportunities I wish I would have taken.
Like what?
I can't really say them publicly, but there were some
Why?
opportunities presented to me.
I am the nosy girl.
While
You know this,
I
right?
know you are, but look, I'm a seasoned journalist, so we could talk off the record. But I can't mess up my money. But people were shooting me opportunities that I turned down because it would interfere with the 9-to-5 I had currently had, and I felt like there was no way the 9-to-5 was going to let me do both. But it's funny, that opportunity approached itself like 2 months before I got laid off. So if I would have probably just taken the opportunity,
Yeah.
I was about to be out of a job anyway. And I went back to try to see if the opportunity was still there. And unfortunately, it wasn't. Good thing I made connections and everything. So maybe some more will pop up. But it was an amazing one. That would have been really cool for my career and would have been awesome to do. So is there regret? I don't think there was regret there. I think it was an understandable circumstance, but I think sometimes we overanalyze when we should. The impulse. Sometimes you got to follow the impulse. My impulse usually is just to say yes
Okay.
and ask for forgiveness later, right? Not ask for permission. For
I
some
used to say that
reason,
in high school. when it came to my mom, I'd be like, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
for some reason in my head, I was thinking, well, no, I need to get permission. I need to get clearance and all this type of stuff. When
Yeah.
I probably should have just said, nah, F it. I'm going to do it. But hey, who knows what that experience would have done to what I am now, right? Was it a good experience? I would hope so. I don't have any regret because I'm happy where I am now. So we'll see what's next.
We'll see what's next. It's time for this over that because we'll see you soon. It is time for this over that because it is time for my favorite game, the only game we play here. It's called This Over That because now, for the people at home who don't know how this game works, I'm going to ask beautiful Brandon here a bunch of questions. I'm going to give him 2 options, okay? Option A or option B, and then you're going to say because, and you have 7 words to explain why, which option over which option. So, for example, if I say cookies or cake, you're going to say cake over cookies because cake rocks, cookies ain't all that. That's 6 words right there. The questions are going to get progressively harder, by the way.
Is neither an option? Or
No.
do you have to pick?
You must select. You don't like cake or cookies?
I'm not a desserts guy, but hey.
Shame. Anyways. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Coffee or an energy drink before the big day?
Oh, coffee easily because coffee, you can have less sugar.
Okay, period. Risking embarrassment on live TV or playing it too safe?
Risking embarrassment on live TV because I'll do anything for TV and it's always worth it.
Oh, you're actually kind of good at this. It's kind of, I want you to not.
I'm a TV guy. That's what, I'm good at
Realizing
being
that
short.
now. Yeah, I'm realizing that now. Success defined by money or success defined by
Ooh.
freedom?
Kind of deep. I would say success defined by freedom because I always take my integrity and morals over a paycheck.
I always take my integrity and
Dang,
morals over. Lost. Resilience or raw talent?
Can I phone a friend?
What friend? Leo, the camera guy?
I'm going to say resilience because you can overcome anything through effort.
You can overcome anything through effort. You know what? Yeah, you made that one. Regret staying too long or regret leaving too soon?
Regret staying too long because sometimes you must quit to get. Period.
Landing a dream interview or creating your own dream show?
This is tough. I would say creating your own dream show because what you create can attract said celebrity or big interview. I know there was more than 6, but thank you.
You were on. I'll give it to you. We're on our last 30 seconds. Instagram or Twitter for
Twitter,
breaking news first?
Because that's where all the political experts are.
One more. Interviewing an actor or interviewing an
An
athlete?
actor because athletes often are not great speakers. Yikes.
Shame. Are you ready to tell the people what they
I
need
think
to
I
hear?
am. I'm Brandon Pope. You watching Success for Less. You just got Success for Less because we are the best.
Ain't nobody asked you to rap. Thank you guys for watching.
Good night.